This screencast is going to take a look at the Hagia Sophia. This is a famous church. It's built during the Byzantine Golden Age and is located in the city of Constantinople. So we're going to take a look at the Hagia Sophia in detail. Here's a shot of what it looks like from up above. Now, what you have to imagine is what this building might have looked like without these minarets. The minarets are these four towers. Here's one, here's the other, here's the third over here, and here's the fourth. These minarets were added at a much later date after the Byzantine Empire had been conquered by these Muslims. And the Muslims, when they conquered the city of Constantinople, they did not destroy the church. Instead, they actually converted it to an Islamic mosque and added these four minarets. So at the time it would have been built as a Christian church. You have to imagine it without those four minarets. Those four minarets would not have been there. So it is a monument to Byzantine glory, the Hagia Sophia. So it's the most important surviving work of Byzantine architecture. It was erected between 532 and 537 during the reign of Justinian. The main dome has a diameter of over 30 meters, and at the time it was the biggest church dome up until the 15th century, so that would be the Renaissance in Europe. And it was the church of both the emperor and the patriarch. Now here's a diagram of what the building might look like from above, and it's a quite impressive building because it's a large domed building, and not since the Romans had built the Pantheon had anybody built a dome quite this large. In fact, the dome is so big they had to create new ways to be able to hold this dome up. You remember the Pantheon in ancient Rome was a round building, and this one's square. So if I look closely, I can see right here there's a square shape to the building. So the dilemma was, how do you put a round dome on top of a square building? And what they created are these corner pieces here, what are called pendentives. And these pendentives will be architectural structures that are located in all four corners that will help to hold this large dome up. So you can see the dome, it's quite large, and you can see there's these large buttresses right here in the front and on the other side that help hold the structure up. Okay, here's another shot, and you can see again, here's the large arch. This arch here with these buttresses helps to support the building. There's one on either side, and that helps to hold the dome up. But then again, how do you get a round dome on top of a square structure? In the inside, you can see it. Here's the dome. There are these ribs that come down from each section of the dome. It allows for windows to be opened in between. And then there are these pendentive corners, these sort of curved corners that actually help to hold the weight of the dome and keep the structure intact. And then there are semi-arch domes on either side that help hold it up. And so it's really quite large. In fact, this structure is so large that you could actually put the Statue of Liberty from her feet up until the top of the torch would actually fit within this building. It's really quite big. Here's some shots. These Islamic Arabic writing on the corners here were added later. Okay, obviously they were not there when it was a Christian church. Okay, so here's the interior. It's so large you can't actually get a single photograph of the whole interior with a camera. Now, this is an interesting mosaic that's located in the building, and what's noticed that the church is the model is being held by the emperor, and so it signifies that this is also the church of the emperor. Okay, and here is again the interior, the large arch, the semi-dome on the side to help support the structure. Here's some more interior shots. Again, here's an attempt to try to get the whole building in one shot. It's really not easy to do, but again, from the base of this floor down here all the way to the top of the dome up here, the Statue of Liberty could stand in this building. And so they were able to build this building again in a time period where they wouldn't have had cranes, they wouldn't have had the sort of modern tools that we would have had to be able to build such a structure today, and they were able to do it with basic understanding of domes and arches, which is actually pretty impressive. Here's a shot of the dome from underneath. Again, it's got Arabic calligraphy in the top now. Today it's no longer used as a church, it's essentially a museum. But it still stands, which is amazing that it's been standing for over 1,000 years, and it's really quite an impressive building. Here's another shot. Okay, again, you try to imagine it without the minarets when it was a Christian church. Okay, here's another shot of it. And This is a pretty good shot that somebody doctored up in Photoshop, and in this case they put a cross back at the top and they've removed the minarets. And this might give you an idea of what this building might have looked like in the time period of Justinian when he had this building built. And at that time it would have been the world's largest structure and the world's largest dome structure.